Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us today on our Ecumen podcast. My name is Jessie Kauk. I am joined by my fellow clinical nurse educator, Trish Knutson. And we're really excited today to have with us a special guest, Tami Allenson, the Philanthropy Program Director. So if you could share with us a little bit, Tami, about what philanthropy is, what they do, how it relates to our team members. I think we'll go ahead and start with that. Thanks for being here.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me. We get that question a lot. What does philanthropy do at Ecumen? And we wear many hats. So I always like to share our purpose statement, just because sometimes that can provide a little clarity as to our purpose in the organization. So we're here to advance the mission of Ecumen by serving as connection catalysts, inspiring partnerships and generosity to make a meaningful difference for those we serve, which is both the residents and clients and our fellow team members. So basically, we make connections between pairing resources with incredible ideas for the greatest impact for everybody we serve. In my role, I suppose I should share specifically, is really focused on grant revenue, grant management, and pairing foundation and corporate partner sponsors with those ideas and needs at Ecumen specifically.
Very cool. Yeah. What types of programs are offered to the team members?
Ooh, awesome. So yeah, a lot of our work is focused around team member support, and I'll give kind of a quick overview. So we have the Family Helping Family Fund, which is an emergency fund dedicated just to serving team members during financial emergencies. And so the cool thing about Family Helping Family is, like its name, it's primarily funded by other team members. So we contribute into the fund, and it's available as people need it when they need it. And that's one example. Another example is Courage Grants. So through Leading Age Minnesota, there was some funding available for our rural caregivers, specifically during COVID, in response to COVID. So a few of our rural teams right now have Courage funds available to them, similar to Family Helping Family with emergency resources, but more along the lines of responding to COVID and the needs that came up during that time. And then one more example would be like an HCBS scholarship. So every year we're given the opportunity for some funding through the Department of Human Services to provide scholarships to caregiving team members or direct care team members. And so right now we just got word that there will be some additional HCBS funding made possible in 2021 and 2022 for our team members. So there's more information coming soon. Yeah,
I am an HCBS recipient in previous years, so that's really exciting. That's very cool.
It's incredible funding, and it really does support people progressing their career quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I started with Ecumen, and my very first day, I was able to hear about the Family Helping Family Fund, and somebody in my orientation was a previous recipient of that as well, and was able to speak to that firsthand about how much Ecumen supported and cared about her individual situation. So I thought that was a really cool thing to hear firsthand how that made an impact in that particular team member's life. So it's really nice that we have these available. How do our team members access these? How do they apply for these? How do they get more information about this?
Good question. So it's like, where do you start? Those all sound like fabulous opportunities. What do I do? Your first line of information, I always suggest people go speak to your people services designee on site. If you have one of those, they are always the most up to date with information. So if you're comfortable going and talking to someone and asking, they're going to be your person. If you want to find out information on your own and that's the direction you like to go, I always suggest go to the app. Ecumen Today has a host of information and resources there. Specifically, applications and links to things you might need to learn more. And then lastly, I always drive people back to the hub or ecumen.org/giving. So there are a couple different resources, websites, the app, hub, where you can find more information about those programs and other resources available to you. And then, of course, you can always reach out to our team. So philanthropy@ecumen.org, Tami Allenson, myself, please call me if you ever have questions. I love to answer them. So
and for those
many resources.
Yeah, I love it. And for those team members who don't have the app, they would just go to the regular app store, right? And search Ecumen Today in their app store.
You got it. Exactly. So
Awesome.
download it like you would any app and use your credentials, your single sign-on credentials. Employee number and your typical password should get you right into the app where you can get,
Love
and
it.
that's also where we share more information about up and coming programs. So watch there for things that we didn't even get to discuss today that may be coming in the future.
Very nice. Yeah, good point. Yeah, I always think when you say you talk, reach out to the people, your
Yes.
leadership team, all of those resources, like you said, the philanthropy department, yourself. There are so many opportunities that even individual sites, I think, have stirring, have in the works, and your department does a really good job of connecting to those broader resources. And so we just don't know what we don't know until we reach out. And so I think that's
Mhm.
the app obviously is a really great place to start for that.
Yeah. And when you reach out, we also learn as a philanthropy department, what are the needs that we may not hear directly all the time. So reach out, we may not have something for it now, but it helps us to strategically plan how we approach funding opportunities too.
Yeah, love that. Well, thank you so much, Tami, for being with us today and for educating us on philanthropy and all the awesome resources that Ecumen has. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.